Tutorials by Andrew Buckle. In this tutorial for Illustrator CC 2015.2, I'm going to show you the new SVG feature, Scalable Vector Graphics Export. Now, before in the past, you could go to File and Save As, select Save As, and then just quickly go Save As down there and SVG. Now, there is also an export feature. So instead of just saving it as a file, they've actually created one that's a lot more clean and cut down. So just export file, and now you've got export selection and export. Now in this case I've actually got everything here selected, so I could use either. But say you just want to export, say that, you can just say export selection, so it just will save just that little one there. So I'll just quickly show you that as well. So export selection, and I'm just going to select SVG. You've only got two choices there, so just select that one and export selection. Comes up with a little dialog panel, show code, and that's it. You can see that all it does is just that bit of the design. Now, don't want that, so I'm just going to cancel there. I'm just going to go for the whole lot. So File, Export, and you'll see when you go down, SVG is there now. For some weird reason, they actually put bracket SVG there as well. It's pretty obvious, I guess. But it should be Scalable Vector Graphics and then SVG. Right. Now, select that. Then you can go to Export. And like I say, this little panel pops up. And you can do various things, such as inline style. Now, that's the one I normally go for. SVG doesn't really particularly matter, but that's for that one for the font. And preserve or embed, obviously I've got no images, etc., so it doesn't really make a difference. And I go for minimal, and I keep it decimal 1. You can actually put it to 0, but if you put it 0, I think sometimes it gets really pretty bad. Actually, some of it, not all, but some parts look really terrible when they're 0. So I think 1's reasonable. 1's a lot better than like 6 or something, where you actually get a really long. Now, of course, you can actually quickly launch a browser, see the actual design. But you can also click here, and that's the key thing, I think, is show code, because I don't really want to save it as an SVG file. I want to just get the code, and there it is. Just click that, show the code. Just brings up text editor, and you've got the text editor. Then you just do a usual edit, copy, and you can copy all that. Now, the code's fairly clean. I mean, I think it's you can do a little bit more with that. You can actually get rid of, I mean, I've never used that personally. I think I quite often get rid of that bit. So that can be removed. Just leave the view box, and normally what I do, I put a class in there, so I can actually put the size and all that sort of, so I manipulate it a little later. And then you've got the title, which I never keep either. Obviously up to you. Always get rid of that as well. But that's basically running. So you can just copy that, Control C, and then you can paste it into Dreamweaver. Another option, and it's probably even quicker, is you can just select all of that and then Control C and then go to Dreamweaver and then copy into Dreamweaver. And that is a fairly decent one. Again, requires a little bit of a cleanup of the code, the vector code. Right, so that's one of the great new features, I think, and then you can, let's say, use that in web pages and much more. And of course now, Photoshop, you've got opportunities to bring it in as well. Hope you found this of interest, and hope you check out the Graphicxtras.com website for lots more tutorials. Got adding more and more tutorials on the site as well as more videos on YouTube. Thank you much.